Hello, and welcome to Austin Movie Gear's Movie Minute.
Using one of our favorite cameras, Panasonic Eva1.
We've been big fans of the Panasonic kind of from the beginning of our rental house, starting with the GH2. They're just really doing some incredible things and bringing it to market at dollar costs that
are pretty amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's unusual that you could take a camera in this price range and shoot 5.7K RAW. That's
right.
That's like unheard of.
Yeah.
Yes. This camera is known for having a Super 35 sensor and also a dual ISO, so it shoots at 800 and 2500 and gives you the same image quality. So that's extremely handy. I believe that's the direction most camera manufacturers are going to want to go in. So what we're going to do today is show you how to hook up the Eva1 to the Shogun Inferno so you can record the 5.7K RAW. So the only way you can connect it to record that RAW is using SDI and run it into the SDI input on this. Now you have to be careful when you're dealing with the picking an input. There are 4 different inputs here, but only one of them actually will do the 5.7K, and that's the one marked as 1.5, 3, 6, and 12G. That'd be the third one from the right. Now right now this is set up for just regular 4K because I haven't switched it over to the 5.7K. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Eva, and then we'll go to the system mode. There's an SDI RAW setting there, and it'll say, what do you want? And we want the 5.7K Super 35, and that resets the system for this. This also means that you can't go to the output and pick anything else because this overrides all those other settings. The other thing that you should know is that when you set it into the SDI RAW setting, it will not record internally. It will only send the image out the SDI, and there's no way to record even a proxy internally.
So no such thing as recording through this system plus to another card internally?
Right, you can't do that. In fact, it will, if I disconnect the recorder and I put record, it'll act like it's recording, but because there's no card, you will not have any recordings.
And is that just a 5.7K situation? Like if for some reason you're shooting in a different resolution?
Yes, you can do different things when you're in the regular 4K or the HD, but this is a special mode, this 5.7K, which is taking everything off the sensor and dumping it out as RAW, so you're getting as much information as you can possibly get.
Give me all the pixels.
Gives you all the information, right. We can see that it knows that we're getting the 5.7K, and we've set it to Panasonic for the trigger and the record type. And if we go to the codec, we have the option of shooting ProRes RAW, which is what we would want to do if we're going to all this trouble to shoot RAW.
Sure.
Or if we just want to shoot a regular ProRes, we certainly can. So the ProRes RAW is great because it gives you RAW, but in a ProRes format that all your editing software can just read directly. So once you have this in here, another thing to note is that you can shoot Vlog with the RAW at the same time with the Panasonic, and then that gives you up to like 14 stops of dynamic range. You can set your monitor to read RAW, or you can use a LUT. It's got one specifically set for Panasonic RAW.
So another great thing about this camera is the dual ISO.
Right. So you get the 800 and you get the 2500, and they match.
Gotcha.
So when you're shooting indoors and outdoors, you don't have to use a lot of neutral density when you're outside, and you're fast enough to shoot inside and look great.
Now, is that something that there's like a learning curve to when it comes to using the dual ISO? Is it just a mode that you turn on?
It's just a setting. It's just a setting. You set the ISO to the base 800 or the base 2500, and you're off. This
camera is a great camera that we like to suggest to some of our Panasonic fans that come in. Maybe they've been shooting on a GH4 or GH5 for a long time, and they're getting into that sector of video cameras where they just want simply more control over what they're doing without digging too much into menus. So something we'd like to highlight here is just kind of everything that you standardly would see on a video camera that's a more industry standard camera.
Right. The other thing we're showing today is this lovely new Sigma art lens, which is a 14 to 24 EF mount, which gives you a very nice wide angle range. You can go from super wide to pretty wide.
And incredibly at a 2.8. Well, thanks guys for tuning in for another Movie Minute. And if you want to get some hands-on with this camera, monitor, or anything for that matter, give us a call.
Great, thanks for watching.